Hello, and thank you again for joining us for the Friday Wrap for January 31st, of course, the last one of the month. It didn't seem to be that busy of a week until I started to summarize all that happened, and that doesn't even include last weekend because I ended up under the weather and home all weekend. But starting Monday, the regular board meeting of the board mayor and the board of trustees was held, and followed by a budget workshop. Most items were on the consent agenda. But we also came to an agreement on a request from Pauline Ozels, who presented for the village to approve and sponsor a 5K run fundraiser in July for our veterans. We want the Chasemore residents to know that the streets will only be closed for probably less than an hour. And then we join them in looking forward to this opportunity to support our veterans. This will be the first of its kind in the village. Presented by Janet Koval. Were the results of the 2013 Biennial Community Services Survey. This was you can actually view that online, and that was pretty fascinating as well. Overall, a very small percentage actually approved, actually sent the survey in, but a lot of positive feedback for the village. Paul May also spoke at the meeting and spoke at length about the record usage of salt and the coinciding shortage that occurred, and why we had to pay 3 times more for the next batch. And our need to reorder and some other snow plowing issues, like the one one concern that a Burr Ridge resident expressed to me about one, I think it was in Devon Ridge. Paul also reassured the residents of the Department of Public Works, or DPW, is working diligently to improve the quality of work through better training of new employees, of which we've had actually 12 new employees out of 18 over the last year or two, and to work on overall coordination of snow plowing efforts. Tuesday, I had the pleasure of attending the Five Seasons dinner event at which Chef Dan Tucker from Eddie Merlot's instructed us all on how to cook their famous Steak Diane dish. Besides an incredible dinner, it was very instructional. The Five Seasons will be hosting a similar event every month, they intend, for family and friends. All are welcome to join, even non-members. The cost, I believe, is $20 a person. On Wednesday, I caught the tail end of the I-55 lane project presentation at the William Tell Inn in Countryside. They discussed possible solutions to the overabundance of traffic on the Stevenson. Many of you have probably already seen or experienced the improvements of having the Pace Express bus and bus lane, which utilizes the shoulder as a dedicated lane and transports commuters straight from downtown to the suburbs. We are lucky enough, of course, to have a Pace bus stop right here in Burr Ridge. I had the chance to see one of these buses at the meeting, which you could probably see in the video or down below. And I have to say, I almost wish I was commuting from the city so that I could just ride one of those. It smells like a brand new car. Well, second thought, I live 1.5 miles from my office. I'm probably not looking to drive that anytime soon, but if I go downtown, I'll probably check it out. There are 40-foot buses that can seat up to 49 passengers. Complete with Wi-Fi and leatherette high-back reclining seats. I believe back in the old Chrysler commercials they call it Corinthian leather, but it smelled good and looked good. Further proposals to fix the traffic issues include some of the following: a dedicated truck lane, an HOV or high occupancy vehicle lane for both 2 and 3 passenger vehicles, a high occupancy toll lane, and express toll lane. Those are all pending. They're still working on some details and deciding what to do. On Wednesday, I also attended the Veterans Memorial Committee meeting, where we are planning next year's Armed Forces Day event and planning for fountain maintenance. During the Economic Development Committee meeting that night, we received the hotel restaurant marketing campaign for 2013 results and plans for next year, and approved the budget for 2014. Burr Ridge has been getting quite a reputation, I think, around the entire area for being a restaurant destination in recent years, and a lot of positive press. I think the marketing campaigns have certainly helped. Representatives from both Marriott and Spring Hill Suites also attended the meeting, both whose occupancy rates are in the 75% range, which really just goes to show it wouldn't hurt if we had an additional hotel in the village to service both our local clients as well as the whole Chicagoland area and overflow from Oak Brook. On a couple of separate notes, the Burr Ridge Police Department was assigned for the Northeast Regional Lead Homicide Investigators training this week, where we had 47 investigators in attendance. That was all coordinated through Chief John Madden. Also, we will be conducting a Plan Commission interviews this week for an upcoming appointment. In addition, I was able to get some coaching this week on Robert's Rules from a resident who's quite an expert on boardroom policies, procedures, and protocol. This week, I was also interviewed by Kevin Beese for an upcoming article in The Doings about Abraham Lincoln in honor of his upcoming birthday. And that'll be in the February 6th edition, as well as, I believe, another one in the Hinsdale Magazine. That's my fascination with Abraham Lincoln, I guess, is the word is spreading. So, also major renovations. For your information, we had renovations in the Village Hall begin actually today. Everything was moved out of the main area. We are going. If you happen to go into the Village Hall, don't be alarmed. Most of the administration is now in the actual boardroom, and meetings will be held over in the police department for the next month. And now for the I-55 bridge project that was scheduled to start on Monday, not with those sub-zero temperatures. It looks like that was delayed a week. I'm sure that you can expect some movement next week, as well as some traffic delays, weather permitting. Make it a great week, and God bless, and look forward to talking to you again next week.